Gather round, children, gather round. It's story time with Jess, the little writer. In case you didn't know, that's me. Chew. Slowly. Headmistress Wilkes strolled around the dining room with her strap in hand. Rows and rows of girls between the ages of 11 and 17 sat at the tables in silence. Wilkes insisted that they focus on eating and chew slowly. Be grateful for your meal. Savor every bite, she would say. No one disagreed with Wilkes. The girls of Wilkes Mendelssohn Academy knew the rules. Get up the first time you are called. Complete all assignments on time, no exceptions. Grades below 80% were not allowed. Go to bed when you are told. Never talk back. Never disobey. Headmistress Wilkes kept her strap in hand to remind them of what would happen if any rule was broken. Bernadette, age 11, broke one of Wilkes' rules. At dinner time, she needed to relieve herself. She raised a hand and waved to get the attention of a teacher. They all looked at her and looked away as if she didn't exist. Bernadette sat with a full bladder for as long as she could stand it. When she felt as if she would wet herself, she stood and blurted out, "Can I go to the toilet?" The entire dining room stared in horror at Bernadette. Headmistress Wilkes smiled and walked toward the girl who dared disrupt her silence. Bernadette didn't wait. She ran from the dining room down the hall and out of the door. The door was unlocked. The door is never unlocked. She kept running and running. Bernadette knew that on the other side of the trees there was a nice old man who would let her hide in his house. The sun was already setting and it would be dark outside. Bernadette didn't care. She just needed to get to the old man. He was a nice old man. Bernadette ran and ran, but the trees kept going. No matter how far she ran, she couldn't get to the other side. She stopped running and looked around. Her bladder was empty, but her uniform bottom was wet. She listened and realized that no one was following her. She noticed a huge tree with a large space in the trunk. Strange. She thought it looked like the tree had a mouth. The space was just big enough for her to fit, and she did. She climbed inside the tree and regretted it immediately. Before she could open her mouth to scream properly, the tree chomped down on Bernadette. Sharp, jagged wood penetrated her limbs, her torso, and head. The last thing that Bernadette saw was Wilkes and the old man standing where she had just been. They were smiling. Headmistress Wilkes said to the tree, "Chew." Slowly.